The sun's going down, but you're clocking in. Here's some things that only night shift will understand. As a night shifter, we're up at the same time that the things that go bump in the night are. So, we bump back. Welcome to Paranormal Nightshift, your fan stories told here. Today's episode, The Reaper. As a kid, I remember being afraid of midnight and 3 o'clock in the morning. Your parents always told you those are the scary times. But on night shift, they're just regular times, right? My mom was a nurse, and I always wanted to be a nurse. So right after nursing school, I got a great job at an assisted living facility. The admin really loved my bedside manner, and with no time at all, I got moved in to the dementia and Alzheimer's unit. It takes a special level of care to be able to take care of people who are losing it day by day. Alzheimer's and dementia is so sad. There's no cure for it, and you watch people lose a little bit of themselves every day. Sometimes they see things. Sometimes they talk to people that nobody else sees. And you can't tell them that they're wrong because, well, to them, it's normal. Miss Claudet was one of the nicest people I've ever met. And her mind, yes, was slowly going, but she was so nice. That's why everybody was so concerned when her attitude changed. One night, she woke up screaming, yelling at all of us, saying, "He's here. I see him. The Reaper." Remember that she was so afraid. Her heart rate was elevated, and she believed what she saw. We had to give her a sedative to calm her down. She slept right through the rest of the night, but in the morning, she said he was still there. This went on for almost a week. She continued to see him, and she would get in such a frenzy that it would work the other patients up. They decided that I needed to stay with Miss Claudet all the time at night from here on out. It was my job just to watch her, babysit for lack of a better word, to help her when the Reaper came. Just tell her it wasn't real. It was all a part of her imagination, and he couldn't hurt her. I'll never forgive myself for what I did that night. But it was Taylor Swift. I was young and silly, and I got free tickets, so I called out of work. The hospital didn't have anybody but me to really watch her, so she didn't have her caregiver that night. The other charge nurses just did rounds, but when it came time for the Reaper to show up, there was nobody to help her calm down. I was told the next day that she went into a panic, screaming and going on and on about the Reaper, and somehow, some way, had managed to move her bed in front of the door so nobody could come help her. She passed away that night. But here comes the scary part. 2 other patients passed away that night, the ones that Miss Claudet told about the Reaper. Working in this kind of environment, you're used to having people pass away, but not this many in one night, not this many within an hour apart of each other. The hospital actually did an investigation. They pulled security footage and everything. We all sat and watched the CC footage of the hallway. I promise you, at the time of their departure, you can see it. Just for a glimpse, a black mass leaving each room. They say that children are the most sensitive. Maybe, on our way leaving this world, we leave it the way we started, knowing and seeing what no one else can. I love this story because before my grandmother passed away, she used to talk about portals. Now, this was a strongly devout religious woman who grew up in a very Baptist church. The word portal or Ouija board was not even in her vocabulary. She felt like all those things were demonic. In her final days suffering with Alzheimer's, she used to use the word portal all the time. She explained to us that there was a portal in her closet, and that's how they were going to come and get her. Well, Anonymous, we'll be sending you a Paranormal Nightshift sticker. Do you have a story? Send us a message, and maybe yours will be on the next episode of Paranormal Nightshift.